On normal days, you eat these kind of food, but on a fasting day, you will have a different menu, different rest. No, that is not fasting. That is cheating yourself. Idea of fasting is that you should not only that you should not eat food, you should not be think of food on that day. So dharma is a word which comes from the root dri. Dri means to hold. That which holds. Okay. So what is the definition of dharma? Definition of dharma is those essential qualities or nature of a thing because of which that thing is what it is. Okay, let me repeat. You have to listen to it very carefully. Dharma is those essential qualities or nature of a thing because of which that thing is what it is. For example, the sun, the nature of sun is what? Heat and light. So can you think of a sun which is cold and dark? You can't. So that essential quality is what makes sun to be what it is. For example, ice must have solidity and extreme cold temperature, extreme low temperature. So can you think of an ice which is not solid and high temperatures? You can't. So these essential qualities defines the dharma of ice. So ice must have these two essential qualities at least. Okay. So in the same way, our Sanathan literature talks about dharma and gives out those essential nature of humans or our real personality. So what is my real personality? My real personality is what we refer to as Atma or Brahma. And what is the essential nature of it? Essential nature of my real personality or my reality is referred to as Sat, Chit, Anand. Put it together, we refer to as Satchidanand. Sat, Chit, Anand. So Anand is my real nature. It is not something for me to acquire. I am that. So when I am Anand, myself, I am the fountainhead of Anand, then why I would be seeking after Anand? Do you understand it? So when I am Anand myself, why would I be seeking? But our position, our condition in materialistic life that we live today is that of that Kasturi Murag, who is fascinated by that smell that he gets. And in search of that smell, the beautiful fragrance, he chases after that fragrance in the entire jungle, hoping to get to that smell or the source of that smell. He lives all his life searching after that source of fragrance, but he never gets it. Why? Because he is ignorant. He does not know that he himself is the very source of that fragrance. So only if he knew that he himself is the source of that fragrance, all his chasing and running after or chasing after that fragrance will cease. Why would he chase after? Think about it. So, in the same way, if you and I become aware of the fact that I myself, when I say I, I'm not referring to my current understanding about who I am. My current understanding is driven from that I am the body, I am the mind, and I am the intellect. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about my real personality, which is other than or different from these three. Sharir, Man, Buddhi is not my identification. That is not my real personality. My real personality is other than these three. What is being referred to by this noun called Atma or Brahma, which is the supreme or Paramatma, so to speak. So that is the nature of it. So all my sufferings are caused because of my ignorance. So long as I continue to believe and live my life that I am the body, I am the mind. So all the experiences gained by my body and my mind becomes my experience, and I consequently suffer because of it. So, as I said, Sanatan Dharma can give you a recovery from your emotional trauma or your failures by changing your vision with which you look at the situations. Okay. Once you gain that vision, all your suffering will last. You would have no suffering whatsoever. Okay. But not in the sense of if your expectation is there something in Sanatan Dharma which I can consume like a painkiller and I will come out of my emotional trauma, then answer is no, it's not like that. So long as you remain ignorant and you don't know who you really are, then unfortunately life will remain full of emotional upheavals, emotional traumas and failures, so to speak. However, if you are keen and you want to learn this art of life, whereby once you learn those skills and techniques and you turn your attention towards your real personality and work on it, then you will come to a stage of being or a stage of understanding where these external factors or external situations and circumstances lose its potency to inflict any harm upon you. So second part of your question is about is religion in Hinduism, where rules and rituals, or it can guide, uh, you know, it guide for personal healing. Yes, answer is yes. To the second part, which is it can guide you and help you to in, have personal recovery. But is religion only rules and rituals? Yes, it is. But it is part of a scheme. Religion, let me help you understand the relationship between religion and spirituality. So, for example, there is this idea that if you educate yourself and if you gain a degree or two, then you will have ability to earn a lot of money. With this money or this capacity or capability to earn money, you can acquire a lot of means of comfort. With these means of comfort around you, you can live your life comfortably. And if you have a comfortable life, in our understanding, is equal to happiness. But that is the scheme. So that's the idea. So in order to implement this idea, there are academic institutions throughout the world. There are schools, nurseries, schools, middle school, secondary school, colleges, universities, and what have you. All these institutions are there to help you to gain that degree. Okay, they don't do anything. It just educate you. It makes you knowledgeable about various subjects, and hence towards the end you acquire a degree. Once you acquire a degree, your next level is to search for a job where you can earn money. And your effort is constantly to improve your capability to earn as much money as you can with a time passing. So in 2 years you may be earning a different amount of money. With 5 years you hope to earn double, triple, or whatever. So you want to do that. So once you gain that capacity to earn money, what you do is you go out and you earn money. With that money you make arrangements. You buy a house, you buy a car, you buy luxury items, you have AC, you have this, that, and the others, everything. And you do whatever you want to do to make sure that your life is comfortable. In the same way, religion and spirituality. So spirituality has this philosophical idea. It says you are not what you think. You have a personality which is much different, much greater than what you think. It's called real personality. My real personality is that life force because of which your sharir man buddhi, the body, mind, intellect become enlivened. They function and they do what they do. So you are that very life force because of which this body is in existence and it functions and it does what it does. And if you realize your real nature, that Anand will become your nature as well. So idea is to realize, to know, to understand and abide into your new personality, meaning you identify with your new personality, that is called Brahman or Atma. So long as you identify with your Sharir Man Buddhi, all the experiences gained by Sharir Man Buddhi will be yours and you will continue to suffer and enjoy them. And if you want to gain or identify with your real personality, there is a prescription. So as I said in my previous videos, that there are two types of sadhanas, two types of practices. One set of sadhana is called Bahiranga sadhanas. And second or advanced set of prescription, so to speak, or spiritual sadhanas is called Antaranga sadhana, advanced internal practices. So what you see all around you in the name of religious practices, whether it is at home or outside or in a temple or in society, all these religious activities that you do is smallest to the biggest. Doesn't really matter whether it is doing an arti or lighting a lamp, or doing puja at home or going to a temple or singing bhajans or reciting mantras and shlokas. All these religious activities are prescriptions to train your mind. So all religious activities are prescribed and scientific techniques to bring your mind from aimlessly and directionlessly wandering in the entire universe to bring it into confinement. That is number one. So all these external Bahiranga sadhanas, called puja, bhajan, jap, kirtan, jap, havan, all these mandir, tirth yatras, satsang, all these things are designed as techniques to confine your mind into a training arena, in a smaller confinement. So you bring your mind from externally active mind to bring it into a confinement. So that is thinking about all these positive things that you are engaged in. That is first activity. Once you train your mind, or once you bring your mind into the confinement of religious activities, then you progress from religious activities to advanced level of mental training. Training your mind. What you have to train your mind? You have to help your mind to gain concentration from being a wavering mind, wandering in the entire universe aimlessly. You bring it and train your mind to remain focused on something, either a point or or your breath or something, or your thought. Anything, you have to train your mind to remain focused and concentrated. That is the second level. And once you train your mind, then you learn or train your mind to sustain your concentration. So it is basically religion. Our problem that in life today is that we remain, whatever we do in the name of religious practices, we have acquired them traditionally from our parents or from our previous generations. We see them do certain practices, we just copy it and we do it. There is no mindfulness, there is no understanding about why these practices are performed. Let me give you an example to help you understand. For example, fasting. Everybody who consider themselves religious, they do fasting of some description or the other. But fasting was essentially designed to gain control over our temptations, our senses. All these temptations that our sense organs bring in, we become so tempted and we are so out of control that we almost have become a slave to our senses and our mind. We have no control over it. We get tempted by all this enchantment and excitement that we see around us, whatever our senses are bringing in. So fasting was prescribed as a technique so that you take a voluntary resolve. On a particular day, you will refrain from eating food. So no matter how much hungry you may feel, but you will remain committed to your resolve. That is the idea. So if you do it every time you fast on a day, idea of fasting is not to replace the kind of things you can eat. On normal days you eat this kind of food, but on a fasting day you will have a different menu, different recipe. No, that is not fasting. That is cheating yourself. You're cheating in the name or trying to be religious, and you're not really following the prescription. Idea of fasting is that you should not only that you should not eat food, you should not be think of food on that day. So you have to keep your temptation on the way and do not allow these temptations to affect or change your resolve. So you have to learn that kind of a mental strength. So this fasting is a prescription to develop that mental strength, and so that you can slowly, gradually gain control over your senses and you curb your temptations. That is the idea of fasting. But we are so involved into our religious practices so mindlessly, we don't even know what we're doing it. We just do it for the sake of doing it. So I hope, your answer is yes, you can, it can guide personal healing. But then we'll have to follow the prescription as prescribed by our Upanishads, our Gita. So if you just do what you think I have to do, even puja, even arti, even lighting a lamp has so much a spiritual significance. Only if you and I do it with that intention, then not only it will relieve you or heal you, it will remove all those causes that can affect you at all. You would have no pain. So I hope you find your answers, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, look after yourself. Hari Om.